Hey guys, this is Zlewikk and welcome back to part 2 of our Ottomans EU5 campaign. Part 1 was released before the release of EU5. This should be also released before the release of EU5. But together with all the other content you'll see from many creators, in part 1, as you see, we've united most of Anatolia and did start expanding into the Balkans, getting, most importantly, Constantinople and France. That Constantinople which took us probably like 1,500 days. Great session 1, we've got 4.3 million of population, 300 of locations, and we just formed Ottoman Empire, which is the first step to go all in and start replicating even further the historical expansion of the Ottomans. I wanted to start from this screen because it's just so lovely what happens when I click play as the Ottomans and going be teleported straight to my capital. See, the Constantinople as a city is also growing. I'm already having 107,000 people here. My ex-capital is also not too bad with 50,000 people. I'm actually thinking that the buildings that are in the city, they are dependent on the cultures that you're having. Because you see here, demography, 81% is from the Greeks, and that's this. And then there is 16% of the Turks, these buildings. Over here I'm having a bit more of the Turks, so there's bigger share of this. And I go to the fully Turkish city like Ankara. You see, 76, it's most of the buildings. I actually didn't know it works like that, I just discovered right now. My truce with Bulgaria is about to end, but so is with Serbia. Let's see their both alliances. Okay, so I broke Bulgarian alliances, let's just leverage that and get a new claim to keep expanding into that direction. And I also keep inviting the Turkish migration just to increase the amount of the cores that we are having, since I have a bit of money. Although I think it's more worth to actually invest in infrastructure instead. And here in the terrains that I just conquered from Georgia to become an empire, let me simply release a new subject. Anything historical I could release here, looks like it. Samtke. And over here, like Imereti or something. Let's see if there's anything we could release that is historical. Imereti, yeah, it is there. Great, I'm also gonna feed that one province into Samtke as well. Obviously there are things of different religions, yeah, so my relations at the start are not the best, -8 here, -3 here, but we'll be improving that over time. I will invest into getting more of marketplaces, but also a bit better RGOs, especially over time as I'm increasing my control over the locations, but let's see, it's still pretty bad. These are high, because I just annexed the subjects, but it's dropping down, for example, this one to 10%, but because it's not a core, but we'll be getting there slowly. You see, I'm already using one of my government guys to change the culture here in Dardanelles, just, you know, location next by to Constantinople. And this is because I have most of the stuff integrated, only the red guys are not integrated lands yet. Remember, we got an advance that is increasing amount of the levies from the wrong culture, so mostly the Greeks. Keep in mind, I have plenty of Greeks still in the country. It means I can raise 27,000 levies already, which makes me pretty strong and probably capable of fighting with Egypt soon. But first, let me use that to beat Bulgaria itself. I'm not always winning, I just got my ass beaten here because I tried rushing Tarnovo. I'm still getting used to like the new meta of how good assaults are. You see, I almost assaulted that whole fort, but AIs are more capable right now of actually upkeeping the forts, so it's not as easy as it was in some of the older patches. But now that they're busy doing other stuff, I can re-rush this fort that they just retaken and go for Tarnovo again. AIs are also pretty capable of refilling the garrison, I've noticed. So it's also not that, you know, all of these forts will always stay at 0. For example, I just failed this assault. Can try again. That's still a problem, I think, with EU5 with that there's no like cost of the assaults besides obviously losing your troops. But I think they're going to the right direction with the steadily nerfs of the assaults. Like, they are weaker with each of the patches I'm playing. Now, the AI subjects are also pretty capable of attaching to you. So I'm just using that to win a bunch of battles. Taking all of this from Bulgaria and annulling the treaties with Wallachia, I think it's gonna be a problem that in general the Orthodox countries will not enjoy what I'm doing. You see, Serbia will be having enough E, Volhynia and Halich, as well as even Kiev. But I guess I would just have to keep kicking their ass while expanding into that direction. I might just have to check. Oh, dissolve the patriarchate, or we could get the Tolerance of Heathens. How's my A? Oh, this is not good. Over a year, Hungary should not be able to join the coalition, but if it does, I'm screwed. It's one country I would like not to have in the coalition. Should be fine. Worst case, I'll be defending. I have to just in the meantime prepare to keep expanding to these boys, because they can all. This is the only country around here from the Muslims that can still join my coalition. That's also a lot of trade capacity that just took over from these guys. Ooh, I could call it jihad. It costs a lot of stability though, and I'm fine. We don't need jihad. What we need is a Ion Hungary to drop over the Yertik below 50. Is it a Yertik actually? Because it was 52 just a few months ago. Actually, I think it's dropping monthly. There's actually not that much I have from the fact that I'm expanding. It's more for like religious group that impacts it. That works a bit differently than info, right? That the antagonist is impacted by other stuff than just taking lands. But yeah, in the next month, I think Hungary will not be able to join the coalition. These guys, I'll be fine. They are also all dropping. I have probably to just slow down my expansion in the Balkans. So if I'm slowing down in the Balkans, how about we attack the guys here? I don't have any strong alliances. And these are terrible lands. I will just probably release subjects over here. Let me just... Ooh, I can't press claims. It's outside of Anatolia. I have an CB to be created. Guys, I don't have CB on these guys. Or just use a claim from the Parliament. How about we do that? Propagate Casus Belli. We gotta clear this country from the map. Oh no, we've got an earthquake in 1408 in Tomarza, but I can help out people by sending a few ducats. Taking all of this in a peace deal. It's again a lot of AE. At this point, I'm really not caring. And here, nothing. No one really knew. Smolensk can just join the coalition again, but just for a few months. Hungary is also just still below the threshold. I feel like I should start playing a bit tall now and start fixing the economy. I mean, improving the economy because it's not bad. But definitely, like, the first war versus the Mamluks should come soon. In case you wondered if there's a comment-sized event in EU5, yes there is. It has a pretty nice graphic, but I know it's -7 stability, so comparatively it's much less impactful than in EU4. Morocco is having a pretty good game, as you see here. Granada's still alive. Astrakhan getting a really good game, and so is Muscovy. All of the subjects that they got. Of course, is that the setting that I set up earlier, so maybe we changed back to blend color. Yeah, now it's better to understand which one is a country and which one is their subjects. The Netherlands forward a bit early, but I love it. To faster convert Greek culture, I need to increase my cultural influence, because when you convert another culture, it's your cultural influence being weighted versus cultural tradition of another nation. And same if they attack you, it's the other way around, and the Greek cultural tradition is bigger than my influence, so I can't really assimilate them right now. But there are ways to increase the influence. You see, when I search for it in the buildings, there will be cultural influence, which can be gained from libraries and universities. Libraries are much cheaper, so let me start building that in my homeland. Libraries are also pretty strong building in general, because you see it also gives pop promotion speed, so I can get more laborers. but also max literacy and institution growth. So in the meantime, I took over second market, both in Trebizond and Constantinople. I think by default it's automating a newly conquered market. Yeah, all of the trade that was happening here now is automated. It gives a bit of money, but we might make it more efficient ourselves. I might just be too lazy. I'll let AI handle it. See, now my culture influence is rapidly growing. Just needs many more libraries in the country. In the meantime, I got declared. I think that's the coalition. Yeah. Which is totally fine. I'm just gonna defend myself and get war score for winning battles. That was easier than I thought. But I've killed 13,000 of their troops and I've lost 7,000 of my own pops. But let's just get out of this conflict. We definitely need to start embracing institutions, especially the professional armies. That's gonna cost me 23 stability, but it's a must-have. Especially that I'm about to research everything that I could before embracing it. We are very slow, it's almost end of Age of Renaissance. We will need here advances for manpower. So we need to unlock armory. This two from our national ideas is also useful. Definitely the discipline. Recruitment role is also very important. Men-at-arms and crossbowmen as well, please. Janissary barracks and Janissary guards. That's gonna be my next priority. Since I'm having more libraries, I also need more books. So I need to fill this with a few scriptorians builds. You see that there's the demand for books in the market. I could also probably import it, but it's fine. I can just produce it myself because with high demand, also the buildings will be more profitable. One of the issues that the previous versions of this game had was AI spamming so many forts, like literally in every location. You see that was nicely fixed. So there are forts, but they're not everywhere. And these forts are now maintained, so I can't just rush all of them with assaults. One of the other things that I changed is that before you couldn't accept a culture that was with negative relations to you. You can now, but at much increased cost. So I could accept Greek, but that would cost me 4.6 cultural capacity. I have just half available. And that would kill my cultural tradition and influence for being above the limit. This should let me get to over 50 of jurisprudence, which will allow me to invite a character, shouldn't it? Oh, there's only one available religious figure and he is the mysticism guy. I need to wait for actual jurisprudence guy to join the court. In case if you're wondering what like rebels look like, well, the country will declare the war if it's separatist. As a separate country, and I'll have to fight it until I'll be able to click to fully annex them over here, which is not that easy, especially if you had force in those locations. It's gonna take some time. I don't have to fully occupy them. In case this was a civil war, an occupation would flip the ownership of the location to one on the other side, but here it's just a standard war. Sometimes they even call in their original country as the allies. That is Zlewikk site is the one for the monthly dev and monthly research progress, but why is it giving monthly progress to mysticism? I guess it's fine, but research progress is important. And there goes another coalition war, but this one is much smaller. So besides Tarnovo, just a few of this, so we should be totally fine and just recruit the levies. There goes the armor building, super crucial, as this, my friends, is gonna give me monthly manpower. Now you see we're at 80% war score. When you have a rebel war, don't go to Shupis because you're not gonna have enough war score to fully annex. You can just click annex revolter here. So this is done. Now I can focus on the goddamn coalition war. Another 5,000 pops lost, but they've lost more. I can piece out Wallachia, just take some money to compensate, plus have a bit longer truce. You know, in general now, my A dropped enough that Serbia cannot join it. And like, it's almost... Oh. Wait, what is this? It's not from Improved Relations action, but anyway, I'm gonna prepare to attack Serbia, so I'm gonna get this lands and get a border of Thessaly, so we go more into Greece. In the meantime, my stability is reaching 100, which means I'm gonna go for the possible institutions and embrace banking, which is gonna unlock me more of advances, but also each embrace institution is giving you 5% of research progress. Instead of 1.91, you see it's 1.97 now. So, you know, manpower is crucial to start building a standing army. With a few armories, I'm getting 13 manpower a month. We need many more of them, obviously. And manpower will be needed for two things. One, maintenance of your troops, because maintaining them, you know, people dying, even in a peacetime, you have to replace them. Maintenance of the armies will take some manpower. And then, obviously, any armies that you lose in the standing army will also have to recover. Advantage of the standing army is that they can recover during war. If you're on your homeland, you cannot recover armies in enemy lands. Levies never recover. You have to recreate the levies to get whatever recovered in the meantime in your reserves. So that's one thing. Another thing is that in the first ages, levies are pretty strong. You see in the Age of Renaissance, levy combat efficiency is just minus 10%. So they can easily fight with the standing army. There's not a big quality difference. What standing army helps you with in the early game is specifying what kind of units you want. And you have a bit more of control of it. But yeah, and the standing army gonna be more important a bit more in the next age, but it's gonna be fully important in two ages, so an age of reformation. In the meantime, my cultural influence is already 91, which is catching up to cultural tradition of Greeks. Look how nicely my states are helping. Gravel roads being built. You see some of it, right? So a temple is very important to spread the control, which, as you say, I'm slowly working on. As I'm building armories, I'm lacking a bit of firearms. Do I have firearms building? I don't, which means I have to import it. Should be fine. So if I go to my market, let's maybe just remove one of the least profitable trades like the silver. We're gonna find firearms and let's import a bit of them. Do we lack anything for the armories? Let's take a look. Armory. So armories needs firearms, weaponry. I can get the weaponsmith. Let's just build two of this and just then keep spamming more and more armies. I haven't built the infrastructure buildings for a while, but I will start with temples. Wherever they're lacking, I'm gonna build them to increase my control. And then we're gonna go to infrastructure and get bridges also done to keep improving the infrastructure. The Timar system is an advance that gives me cavalry power and cavalry maintenance costs. So when I'll be building my standing army, I'll definitely get some cav. One of the ways that they are balancing out, you know, getting allies to fight against the coalition is this modifier. Look, when I want to ally these guys, there's minus 90 reasons, and see minus 10 for each country that can be in the coalition, even if there's a truce with these guys, to force an alliance. But I could get Crimean ally somehow. Yeah, anyway, I'll be preparing to kick Serbia. What are their alliances? Are you real? 5 allies? Oh look, that's a pretty big and nice Circassa, even a bit bigger than it is in EU4. We've got also Shirvan over here. Pretty nice flag, just look at this. That's another difference between EU4 and EU5 is that in EU4 when you get a building, you get an instant impact. In EU5, you need to get also people employed in that building. Before that, you just get a fractional impact depending on the employment. That's why even though I stopped building the armories, my monthly manpower keeps increasing and I'm gonna soon start building more armies when I hit the maximum power. The coalition recreated in the meantime But you see, even Kiev cannot join it anymore, so it's fine. I will be preparing to declare on Serbia now. So since I've got the bonuses for the cavalry, how about we get some horsemen and the ones that have additional initiative, so they get on the battlefield faster. They take more morale damage than the armored horsemen, but they're faster on the front line. So let me recruit a bit of them. I should also start working more advances. I need a bark. And that's not that hard to unlock. This helps spreading the control much faster than the galleys. Cartridge capacity is also pretty good to use. I'll be also aiming on getting the Padlock Canal and max literacy. This for proximity, this for obviously the research. And what helps with the strength of your market. Rack paper is pretty important to efficiently produce books. Bureaucracy should be also useful, so is Canting House. Canting House helps with the crown power. I also got a lot of wool surplus. That's why I'm gonna start selling a small quantities of it abroad. Same with fine cloth. See, my price in the market is 3.69. These guys have like 5 ducats of price. Let me sell a little bit, but not too much, because if I sell too much, you know, the price difference will minimize. And I have to do a bit more of like manual trades, because the ones that are recommended in here is just always gold, and I have already too much gold. Unless I try exporting of it, some of it gold. See, I've got a bit of surplus. No, nobody needs gold. Oops, Hungary might having a civil war with Hungarian peasants. Looks like Denmark died. We've got Mecklenburg, we've got independent Scania, and we've got Bohemia over here. What the hell just happened? Also, England dying to France. You see, London is in the hands of France, and Scotland is expanding here, and this is independent. Is it independent Wales? No, there's still a dominion of England. I ended up attacking Serbia here, because I can't get really a claim on Thessaly, as I'm not bordering them. See, in the formation tab, you can for a specific army decide where each of the unit is, and I'm gonna send all of my cav on the flanks. So this way they are more doing their job. And let's see how we're gonna fight it. So obviously, just as you see, 8 regiments of cav, 9, 5 of them being my standing army. I unfortunately paid for the fort here. It has 300 garrisons, so there's no chance I'm gonna rush it. One of the things that Navy can help you with when you're sitting down a coastal location is to gather food from the locations run and distribute it to the guys on the siege, so they don't run out of the food and don't get attrition. 5th of the spoils, that's another dynamic historical event. It's gonna give me a unique recruitment law policy. See, that's in general the like choice that I have, like no cultural levy size, manpower. This is for Age of Revolutions, this is Age of Revolutions as well. This is doable. So most of these are not available. I could take the slaves output. What's important gives me progress towards centralization, which is some proximity costs. Let me take it. Let me just separate piece Bulgaria, breaking their alliances. Let's see their alliances. They are allied to Georgia, Halik, and Serbia. Ideally break all these 3. Well, I have enough war score to break this with Georgia and Serbia. Well, let's just do this 2 for now. Serbia actually lost all of its alliances outside of Thessaly. Let me just break that alliance with Thessaly. Take all of this. Just enough for Kiev to not join the coalition. Take also full money as well as war reparations for the longer truce. So the borders look more and more historical. I mean, I'm still ahead of time in 1425, but my speed is of course much slower now, as I can't leverage the Rise of the Turks mechanics as much as before, but I'm still leveraging a lot. Almost everything integrated. How about we use one of the slots already? This guy is good in Diplo, to try assimilating stuff. Let's see in try Biga, because I converted most of these provinces already. Let's see Biga. We've got 9.64% of the Turks, and with a small month tick. Ooh, what is that? That's not good. I don't have money for this. 9.64. Yes! Finally a better speed. Because look, we will see that in demography and this increase. What impacts assimilation speed? Like the fact that it's integrated, it's -10, so it's not a core, but it's hard to make it a core without the right culture. Literacy is helping for the clerics. Lack of control is not helping, and that Turkish influence versus cultural tradition is just -1%. It was -50 before I started doing the libraries. In the meantime, this is the map of religion. You see Sunni is taking over. I was also using some cabinet members to get it here and here. The cultures will need more time. I just unlocked men-at-arms, which I think should have a bigger... Yes, see the regiment size increased from 100 before, from footmen to 200 from men-at-arms. So let me recruit another one here. You can also see in the map of proximity how it spreads. Like when I conquered Constantinople, just around here, right? So it goes more and more inland, especially around here and around here. One of the things that I definitely lack in this game so far is templates. You can build recruits to the army, but it's still not that. Let me just keep improving the amount of the troops. How about we get more of the standard horsemen? Janissary Barracks is another very efficient buildings that gives manpower. See, 25 monthly. As a comparison, Armory is giving you 10. But to have Janissary Barracks, you need slaves. So that's the only requirement. And I think I will be able to build it, because I have plenty of slaves in the country. You see, this is the amount. But it costs a lot of money. But I'm making money, so it's fine. Oh, and we also just hit 5 million of population. How much of it is in Constantinople? There's no space here slowly. 137,000. It's just goddamn unhappy. That's another thing that impacts control, you see. People being happy or unhappy. And it's simply because there's wrong religion and wrong culture over here. Let's get another claim from the parliament, because it just costs too much money to do the press issue from this. On Thessaly, but to do on Thessaly I need to truce to end. I thought it ended already. Oh yeah, I just wasted parliament. I don't have truce with Czechia though. Are they in the coalition? They are. How would Bulgaria be in the coalition if we have truce? That must be a bug. Yeah, you know what? Let's just use this parliament to simply get some more money. Let's request additional taxes. So this is now 100 monthly for the next 12 months. I also unlocked the Janissary Guards regiment. Let's compare it to men-at-arms. So size-wise they're the same. These guys have minus 10% morale damage taken and minus 10 strength damage taken. So 5% more than men-at-arms. Anything else that is different? Nope, everything else is the same, and I have, you see, limited force limit of them, so I just can recruit one regiment. But the increased amount of manpower we're getting, and even more of this barracks finished, we will be making more and more of these troops. Since I'm about to get some stability from the event, how about we embrace another institution? Renaissance, and small monthly usage progress, and we can regain part of the stability immediately. Oh! Granada asks for help, because they are at war with Castile, and also be war, by the way. I could just not help, or I could create an alliance with Granada and join that war. No, I'm having better stuff to do. I just made Biga my core, Just to see, it's gonna increase its control to 55. This control is already at 66 at max. This guy's control will be at 57 at max. So making the chorus will definitely help spreading it. Oh yes, I can finally destroy the Venetian quarter and Galata to take over the trade in Constantinople even more. That also gives me what I'm looking for. So capital economy and centralization, societal values. Guys, there's a huge need in Europe for slaves, and I've got a huge surplus of them. So how about we make some money on that? No! Sicily! What have you done? I was about to take Thessaly. Does Sicily have any strong allies? They are only allied to Florence. So you know what, Sicily? Unlucky, but it's time for some expansion. Let's press claims and take what's ours. Luckily for us, they didn't pay for the forts fully. So you see they only have 100 defenders. Of course they landed in roads already. This means I can rather easily assault this fort. Let's see, 8.5 thousand. Yeah, almost 2,000 lost. It's still pretty good. They're also landing around here. Let me speed 4. Is this also not paid? Yeah, it was also not paid. And I need to get more troops in general. Because I didn't recruit all of my levies. And I actually failed that rush. Just 30 more defenders, so I can try again. Okay. Well, how about... I think this is the standing army. They need to come back home to recover. These guys just consolidate and take the non-forts now. And let me get more levies. They're trying to land, but I have a navy just next by, which destroyed them. And I think also killed all the troops that they had on the navy. They like losing troops to naval battles, don't they? I'm simply going strange to Italy for this war. Let's see how it's AE. Well, Venice being able to join the coalition is the only problem that I see, but I don't care. Venice is abysmal. Just look at these boulders. No border go here from me, guys. Barracks, as mentioned, that's gonna be a crucial element to spread maritime control. I just wanted to show you, like, AIs are very aggressive in that game, and they're very lucky to, like, when there's even a small coalition, they'll keep declaring wars on you all the time, and that's why I have yet another war, which is gonna again cost me some money in the pops. I should be able to be out of this war soon. After killing 14,000 of the troops and 6,000 of my pops died, I will be able to white piece this. Do I want to white piece this, or do we go aggressively and take lands in Wallachia? I think we can do that without Naples, Volhynia and Kiev joining the war. Oh, look how much war score it is. Why it costs so much? Conquer cost for defenders plus 150%? Oh boy. I want a white piece. Let's go speed 5. Just give me some money. Leave me alone. We got, you know, slowly prepare for that war with the Mamluks. I have to fix my economy before that. As also everyone complaining, oh, the economy in EU5 is so bloated. It's not that bloated. Look, I'm spending more money than I'm making now. And it's because I'm paying for the forts, I'm paying for the army. Just also leave this. But more importantly, when you are not at max legitimacy and stability, this costs a lot of money. Same as, look, the buildings also cost a lot of money. The libraries that I've been working on is 12 ducats a month. But it's absolutely worth it that assimilation is proceeding. It looks like a bit of European continent is in need of cotton. Let me spread it across the continent to make some money. Age of Discovery is here, which means I can choose a new focus, and I'm gonna go for the army focus because it gives a bonus to assimilation and pop conversion, which I really need to core my mainland. A military is also not a bad choice, especially that it has antagonist received, Why deploy is mostly about trade and colonization, but I don't plan to colonize in this campaign. Let's just take the admin focus. So in the meantime, got cultures capacity researched. Oh, and there are hegemons. Let me look at it. We have 1.6 free capacity that I could use. Well, I could think about Bulgarian soon. So it's 1.9. For now, I can just tolerate it, which I think is higher pop satisfaction. And I need how much more to core it? 1.3. I have one available. So I could also simply assimilate locations to Bulgarian culture to decrease their culture's capacity impact. Or just get more capacity, but I'll think about this. In the meantime, let's look at the hegemons. You see, economic one has 500 income, we've got 150. Yeah, we don't have any heavy ships. Military, Mamluks have 8,000 on standing army, I have 2,400. Diplo cap, yeah. This someone should be the closest from me. Yeah, cultural influence of Ashikaga Shogun is 500. I'm number 3 with 161. This one's useful because it gives assimilate area cabinet action and it gives you more cultural tradition. I'll definitely get there. See, it is steadily improving. Also in General Age of Discovery, let me show you what it gives. It gives access to all of these new guarantee forms, but then also gets exploration monthly progress being faster, control impact on war score, expected army size is bigger, antagonist religion influence is 15%, and then levies are getting nerfs. Also war score from battles is lower in that age. So my first force limit is 9,100. Oh, organizing the harem will add Imperial harem guarantee form, which gives what? Max literacy for slaves, cultural tradition, prestige. It doesn't take a guarantee form. Sure. And public harem. Do I have a harem? I think I have a harem. Law, don't I? Yeah, and this is actually the one that I'm already having, that is gonna enact. Yep. That's not that bad. Can also start building the Imperial Arsenal, which is, I think, a unique building for monthly sailors, shipbuilding capacity. Just costs 20 ducats. Sure, let's do so. There's plenty of dynamic historical events that the Ottomans received at the start of Age of Discovery. The Art of Italy, we will get Assore Abate artist from Italy. Or we get cultural influence. Actually something that we pretty need. Probably skill of our artists is not that high, is it? It is not. Give me this boy from Italy. Another one, the Endurum Academy. So for 32 ducats I can start constructing. I think it's another unique building just for us. Gives manpower, gives efficiency of the cabinet. That's just beautiful. Another guarantee form I'm unlocking is Endurum, which also doesn't take a slot. And it gives edification of heirs, counter-espionage, and reduced power of the nobles, which should help with our crown power that is still probably low at, yeah, this is just 16.6%. I was just checking, actually improve relation, help with the coalition, so that's not relation, improve relations, so money if we are diplomat, it's minus 42 for example in Serbia. I should do the same on Naples. That's actually pretty useful. And on Hungary. And I should do the same on all of the guys around here so I can unite the Balkans a bit faster before I go and attack Egypt. That's a really nice event because I can get a CB on Naples, which I was about to attack anyway for the lands in the Balkans. And I can actually have a chance of getting alliance with Venice together with that. And Venice will support us. We just got a claim. And did we get alliance with Venice? I don't think we did. That's fine. Just the problem is, I think, what location is this claim on? Terra, how's it called? Terra Dontarto. Ah, so it's here. That might be hard to get. But look that this CB, if I go there again, look that this CB is conquer cost for attack is minus 25%. Can take more lands in one peace deal. How do I get the war gold though? I guess we'll worry about it once I declare. See, I'm not flooding in money. I'm actually having some debt to expand efficiently. Just got my ass beaten again here. We need war score from battle, so we shouldn't be losing anything. As I want to take all of these lands, plus a foothold in Italy. Let me reorganize the troops and kick there. Naples is gonna remember that war for a long time. We've killed 55,000 of their... See, one battle with 15,000. The Battle of the Gulf of Patras. I think that's actual naval battle? That might be a naval battle. Anyway, I don't think I'll be able to take that much. Even though I have 50% war score. The war enthusiasm is just still pretty big. Think about taking just a bit less. I do need to push this war a bit more, but I'm losing the ticking war score each day. They're about to lose another 6,000 of troops because I wiped their ships. When we look at the cultures map in the meter, you see where I'm already working on switching everything to Turkish. Guys, I'm about to do something evil. They have 23,000 troops ready on their ships. So what if I go speed 2? As soon as they are leaving their port and go back, because I don't see anything. Let's try again, because they can go straight into that fort, so that would screw me if they do so. I will catch these guys. That's gonna be a huge win for us. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Did they just attack me? Did they kill the troops? They've lost 80,000 troops and a straight Gulf. Cape, this is all losses in the Strait, Gulf, these are all losses on the sea that they suffered. Yeah, now they're accepting whatever I want. I think this should be enough AE wise. How about we also take this, take full money, lots of money, we need money, and war reps. Whew. Yes, fixing the borders. Slowly. I'm about also to have civil war, but that, guys, will happen together with the war against Egypt. That will happen in part 3 of this series, because we've played over 40 years here. I think pretty good experience, good expansion. We started with like what 300, less than 300 locations, because we gave away this to subjects. We are at 357 now. See, the expansion slowed down, and that's AE in-game limiting how much I can expand. But now that I learned that improved relations is actually stronger than in EU4 regarding stopping nations from joining the coalition, I'm gonna leverage this more and more to be able to expand fast. And as soon as we'll be strong enough to defeat the Mamluks, it's also gonna be crazy expansion in this region. For now, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to get notified about the other videos I'll be making, especially the guides. And of course, if you didn't buy EU5 yet and if you plan to buy it, check pinned link and the video description to support the channel. Bye!